Anyway, let's get to real comedy, okay? Chat thinks that they're comedy, but that's not real comedy. This, on the other hand, is. Let's see what he had to say. What Steven Crowder had to say.
San Francisco, in and out. They've been in a battle with the city over. Let me just let them tell you the story. Vaccine requirements.
Brian, right now, this
that is an
Fisherman's Wharf
aggressively Asian face.
is.
All right, so the first thing you're gonna want to start out with, if you were doing comedy, if you notice someone is
a different race than white.
Different race, you're just gonna want to point that out.
Yeah, it's
no like joke or anything.
Comedy techniques. Yeah,
that's crowd work.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, you're and then also say that it's like aggressive too. What? Are you all right, dude? Okay.
He's starting off strong. Let's see how he's rocking.
Chad said the Kramer method.
What he did is more of a joke than what Crowder's doing. Because like we all agree, I hope, that what Kramer did is bad, but he was like trying to tell a joke even though none of it made, when he was like, "Oh, you'd have a fork up your ass." Like he was.
I don't remember the details. Seemingly you do. How many times do you listen to it a night?
A lot.
Because
I've been spending 15 years trying to figure out if I approve or not, and I finally figured out that I don't. Now, having listened to it more times than anyone else on Earth.
Makes sense. For those that live under a rock, aka not me, what did Kramer do? I mean, you're probably like a Zoomer, and that's why you don't know. Kramer from Seinfeld. Well, you seem to remember. Why don't you describe it? You seem to remember like it happened yesterday.
So the event itself is not that, like, it is kind of interesting because, okay, imagine if like one of the other guys on the Big Bang Theory had made like, $400 million and was like, "Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to go back and stand up for some reason," even though it's completely different than how it is when I left it, 12 years ago, to do the thing that every comedian wants, be on a sitcom and get residuals. So he does that, and obviously not going great because no one did stand up when the guy who played Kramer started. He did stand up, and he's like sucking, right? Because it's like he last probably killed in 1983. Then this is an important detail of the story. He thought these black guys were heckling him, but it apparently wasn't them. It apparently was just someone else. And
he misfired.
He misfired.
So that makes it doubly racist then. Yeah. Immediately suspecting that the black guys are responsible when they weren't even responsible.
It's like the most anyone's gone in. If people know the Mel Gibson tapes, these are like way worse. He goes fucking crazy.
Yeah.
To the point where it just doesn't make sense, where he keeps trying to bring it back to a joke, but he's just so fucking mad and dropping it so many times that he's going hard as fuck.
Hard R, for those of you who are wondering, he just keeps saying it's a N-word with a hard R over and over again.
He did a video call into Dave Letterman or one of those.
Wait, he did?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you are literally the expert on this.
I know a lot of it. It was a big part of my childhood. While Seinfeld was on, and he was he made the weirdest apology of all time.
Oh my God! It's like they have him on. Okay.
This Michael Richards thing. Well, now I don't know him well. I've known him a long time, but I don't know him well. And I can remember years and years.
See, watch David Letterman distancing himself from the racist.
Yeah. Well, Letterman knew what was coming. Letterman was like, "I'm already have a secret wife on the show, so I can't have the secret wife and be friends with the racist guy." Yeah.
Wait, was that real?
Yeah. I don't care if he had. I'm not judging him.
Wait, did
I don't care when people cheat. Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's tight. Who was he hooking up with?
Unlike most people in Hollywood, an adult woman who worked on
unlike Jerry Seinfeld sitting across from him, who literally was dating a 16 or 17-year-old while he was 45 or something?
Yeah. The past was different. But yeah, no, I don't think it's bad to have a secret. Okay, it's not good to cheat, but people got mad at me. I was like, most people cheat at some point or another, and it's that's true. I'm sorry, it's just true. But
it is true.
Let's see how he's rocking.
To go at the comedy
Kramer
store,
rocking.
He would get on stage, and he was always a very dynamic performer.
Dynamic is right.
That's a good way to put it.
Often audiences were frightened. But still, we all got a kick out of it because it was in good fun, and he was and is a very funny guy. And then we see this thing today where he goes nuts in some kind of club and is screaming at people. Have you talked to him? Do you know anything about this?
I did talk to him. I talked to him today, and you know, I was extremely upset about it, and he is extremely upset about it. And I asked him if he would come on the show tonight so that he could explain what happened, because it was just one of those awful things, and I think he's a little mystified about
What? Are you all right, dude? Okay.
what happened, but I think most importantly he wanted to.
We have him live via satellite
Yes,
from
we
Los
do.
Angeles.
Yeah, he's a little
He doesn't know
mystified.
what happened,
That's awesome. That's great.
man.
And he,
There has to be like a middle ground between like this and, you know, Doritos being like, Doritos values the black experience. There has to be like a media middle ground between those two extremes.
Yeah,
that we're
it's-
trying to find.
yeah, it's white people washing black people's feet and chaining themselves up. That's the middle ground.
Yeah. That was cool. Like July of last year.
That's the most, well accepted, well established form of anti-racism is when you self-flagellate. You know?
Yeah, and Taylor Loft like supports Black Lives Matter, and it's like, how? What? Fuck.
Oh, it's great.
Sorry, this should be Michael Richards. Michael, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Hi, Michael. Welcome to the show.
Hello, hi.
How you doing?
I'm not doing too good.
Yeah. Why don't you explain exactly what happened for the folks who may not know?
I lost my temper on stage. I was at
What? Are you all right, dude? Okay.
a comedy club trying to do my act, and I got heckled, and I took it badly and went into a rage, and said some pretty nasty things to
He's
some
stand-up.
Afro-Americans.
He's barred out.
A lot of trash talk, and
Stop laughing.
My man said Afro-Americans. Oh, this video is perfect, dude.
Yeah, he's barred the fuck out.
He says Afro-Americans, and then it is only made even more perfect by the side-by-side with Seinfeld scolding people, being like, stop laughing.
I
This
love
is-
that. Yeah, that like no one here is black. Like, there's
Yeah, of
no
course.
one's black as or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. It's like that. Like Seinfeld has the role of like forgiving Kramer. Like,
Yeah.
he's the priest. He's like, I absolve him.
Yeah, that's just how it works. He's the,
Yeah.
Not fun.
And what
Not
with you were actually being heckled, or were they just talking and disturbing the act?
that was going on too.
What?
what the fuck does that even
He's
mean?
barred. He's barred out. Like he's off. He's off like 2 bars right now because Michael Richards is a big guy. He can handle 2 bars. But it's like, look, like I said, as of last night, I made my mind up that I don't approve of this.
This video was the reason why it was so hard, I think, for you to figure it out.
Yeah, because I was like, he seems sorry.
Yeah.
But I think like if you do that, which is a situation most people will never find themselves in, but if you do and you're not like, oh, I have to kill myself.
Sorry, I'm a post-leftist, so that situation is actually the only way you can prove that you're white working class. Sorry.
Yeah, he's working class.
Yeah,
he's in a union.
Yeah.
But
he's in a union. He made $20 million a year. That normally would make him a PMC, of course, but in this situation, he's working class. He said the N-word.
yeah, no, I agree with that.
Is the only way to figure it out.
But if you do that, if you like one of the first like national viral videos, and it's like for that, there's no one's taking your side. You just have to like do Xanax for a year, I think. If you're like already rich, if you're like already a millionaire,
Yeah.
that's kind of the move, and that's clearly what he's doing. I have never seen someone so clearly off the bars.
Yeah, he's living his best life. Living La Vida Loca, as they say. Let's watch the rest of the Steven Crowder racism first.
Open, but only
It is,
for
I
to-go
mean, it means if
orders.
you're
Take a
gonna be a
look at
skier,
that
it'd be
sign
like a
on the
black
door.
diamond,
It
you have
says
to drop it in
indoor
a jumper.
dining is unavailable.
What? Wait, he keeps going with it?
Is open,
Easy.
but only
It is,
for
I
to-go
mean, it just means if
orders.
you're
Take a
gonna be a
look at
skier,
that
it'd be
sign
like a
on the
black
door.
diamond,
It
you
says
have to drop it on
indoor
a jumper.
dining is unavailable at this time, and that's because the city's Department of Public Health said In-N-Out is not complying with its health order to check for proof of
Where's Drew
vaccination
Barrymore
from
and Cameron
customers.
Diaz?
It was not denying entry to those without proper documentation. Now, the city confirmed it closed this location temporarily last Thursday. In-N-Out said
The city
that while
confirmed that it
posted
closed a
signage
private
to
business
display
for not
local
acting
health
like the health, for not
requirements,
acting like the
it would not
FDA.
comply with what it called the requirement to act
the
as
worst
the
looking In-N-Out.
vaccination police.
By the way, the reason I say this is because usually with the reporters, they're kind of American.
Oh no, he noticed. Oh, dude, that's so. Oh, that makes it so much better. He's like, yeah, I might have said some like really racist shit here. Okay, I'm gonna try to salvage it. Oh, it's coming. Are you ready for the bitch made ass fucking quick apology? Oh shit. Kind of like when I run the top of the hour ad break and I don't tell you how you can avoid those ads. Because at the top of the hour is a 6-second ad break, but you can avoid them by subscribing for $5 or for free via the Twitch Prime. That's right. That's how you have an ad-free broadcasting experience. It's a 6-second ad break now. All right, we're going back. We went back to the Steven Crowder racism, and then we're gonna finish the Kramer one. But so he goes, "That's an aggressive Asian face," and then he says something else that I can't even understand.
Let them tell you the story. Vaccine requirements.
Brian, right now,
Oh,
this
that is an
Fisherman's Wharf
aggressively
In-N-Out
Asian
location
face.
is open,
Easy.
but only
It is
for
Like even his gremlin second in command is like easy.
Damn, like.
Yeah, he just got checked by the homie.
So he's trying to like the theme of that show is like, oh, it's like good-natured ethnic ribbing, but like none of it's just saying what the thing is.
Well, yeah. The peak of comedy for them is just like saying the N-word, I think, but they can't do it and still be on his half Asian lawyer. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's the other thing he says? He says that one.
to-go
it just means if
orders.
you're
Take a
gonna be a
look at
skier,
that
it'd be
sign
like a
on the
black
door. It
diamond, you have
says
to drop it on
indoor
a jumper.
dining.
What?
But it's a management to be a skier, be like a black diamond. You have to drop it on a chopper. He's talking about like a ski term, like, but I don't understand what that means.
Well, I think I know what it means.
What
It's
is it?
like, there's a racial slur for Asians that's like it's something that it's the direction is down diagonally.
Oh my God, he's saying her face is flat?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Oh my God.
But it's also like
That's insane.
but you like
That's so advanced, I didn't understand. What the fuck?
well yeah, he's like going off of like think a ski what?
Like,
yeah, that's what he's saying. Like a ski what?
slope? Slant? Is that?
Yeah. But like he's
What is this? I don't know what the word
that's
is.
a racial slur for like Asians.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God. Wait, why does a Canadian man know so many racist terms like this?
Well, I mean,
Actually, oh, that's why he's like, Canadians are like very anti-Asian racist, right?
some of them are.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you get any type of racist anywhere. He's just like, I don't know. He's just like a fucking miserable person.
Bro, this is like
I don't think that like, I've never gotten the sense that like Tucker or like Sean Hannity or even like a lot of like the internet guys are like fucking miserable people. But he is like a miserable person, and that is why his body is trying to kill him.
yeah. I like that was advanced racism. Like you need like a book. You need to be able, you need to like learn about this in a book or something.
Oh, he's
It's
from Quebec?
Yeah. But you know.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It tracks. Yeah, holy fuck. Dude, he was always doing this weird 1950s racism, like what he said about Sam Cedar's eyes. Yeah, it's so fucking strange, dude. It's like, I mean, this is also, happens to be the ghostwriter for Dave Chappelle's new special, so I don't know why you guys are, it's just comedy. You guys are ridiculous, but...
I haven't seen it. I read the transcript of one joke that I thought was really funny, and it was like...
Which one?
That's a good joke. Like, if it survives transcription, it was the vaccine jokes. The one about, like, the Johnson & Johnson and how he got corona and, like, didn't really feel anything. That was really funny, in my opinion.
I don't even remember that. Damn. Because I was so hyper-focused on being a SJW and upset. Here's my aggressively Asian face. Enjoy. Stop API hate. I mean...
Oh, this is like recent. This is like yesterday.
Yeah, no, this is some new racism.
Oh,
like
okay.
we're
I didn't even see this.
My thing is like, if you're Steven Crowder and you're just like not very attractive, you don't get to make appearance jokes about a person who's hotter than you.
Oh yeah,
that's my rule.
Pretty good looking. Well, Crowder, I think the thing more with him is like less his appearance and more that it's like he like went to the hospital for like a dislocated shoulder and they're like, yeah, your heart's gonna blow up. Your body's so shitty.
One can
like,
wish.
It's like the two things with Crowder are like he's like his body, his mind is trying to kill his body. Like he's trying to kill himself in a way where no one would like call him a weak person. So he's just trying to like meditate until his heart explodes. And that like
and then also
like something beyond in the closet. It's not really like it's like something new. It's like he is what Rod Dreher is.
I was just about to say Rod Dreher is who I was thinking of. Because remember when you said like 21-year-olds are writing like young adult novel type fan fiction? Rod Dreher was the first person that came to my mind.
But Rod is like way more of an artist than Steven. Steven just like plugged and plugged and plugged and plugged. Rod has like a little bit of a pen on him. If I were gonna compare the two, I would say that Crowder is like, I mean, Crowder's like an industry plant in my mind, in my heart. That's how I see him. Whereas I consider Rod like of being a right winger. I'm not saying he's totally equivalent to this person. I'm saying just of his field, he's the Lauryn Hill of conservative media.
Who, Rod or
Rod.
Crowder? Oh, Rod.
Crowder could never be the Lauryn Hill of anything.
I mean, he is. Someone in the chat also said this, but he is an auteur.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's like actually skillful in the way that like you have all these fucking old ass dildos writing the same article over and over again for like an extended period of time. It was just like about like campus culture, PC warriors, blah blah blah. Is it ruining America? Is it ruining America? Wait, what the fuck? Hold up. You keep going. I think my fucking PC's here from Linus.
Ooh. What's everyone doing today on this Thursday? Sounds like you guys are doing well. All right. It's a pretty wide frog you're sending me. Nah. Thursday can be great, or it can just feel like nothing. What is your opinion on Steven Crowder? Are you rocking with Steven Crowder? Do you watch this stream and then you're like, oh, it's time for Louder with Crowder, my favorite show? Are you as happy as that wide frog when Steven Crowder comes on? Just like I thought, everyone's rocking with him.
What? Are you all right, dude? Okay. I was right. I did get the PC.
Damn, someone said they used to watch him. That's a crazy...
Oh, no, I have a lot of people like that.
Dudes who said they used to watch him, were you like... Okay, you have to be like 15 if you're saying that, right? Like, no shame. No shame if you're like that, because it's like, okay, you were 14, and that's what you were into, and you saw this, and you're like, okay, this is better. I hope you're not like... I hope you're not like 28 saying that, but if you are, I'm glad you made the switch. I'm not hotboxing. I don't smoke weed. You were 17. That's fine. People do worse things. 13.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of people in my community, in my audience that like definitely were into some fucking super reactionary dumb shit.
You used to be racist when you watched Steven Crowder. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I don't think a lot of people are watching Steven Crowder and they're like, I love this even like despite the racism. Like I'm not racist, but I love Steven Crowder's comedy. If you're less racist now though, like you did it. That's good. Crowder's not autistic. People are so quick to say people are autistic. It's not everyone. Yeah, it's a lot of people, but it's not everyone.
If you were to be a skier, it'd be like a black diamond. You have to drop it on a jumper.
Indoor dining is unavailable at this time, and that's because the city's Department of Public Health said In-N-Out is not complying with its health order to check for proof of vaccination for customers. It was not denying entry to those without.
What does that mean?
They were in a movie called In-N-Out. That's it. That's the right. He was laughing so hard he couldn't get it out. That's like the best joke he's told. God damn, these guys suck. Man, this is bad.
Why do you know that? The fact that you got that is also kind of bad.
I'm a writer on that show. I was like, ooh, I have a good one for you guys.
You're a writer on this show.
Yeah.
On the Louder with Crowder.
Yeah, I want to get a Hellcat before they stop making them.
Hell yeah, dude.
I want to be
just join the military.
It's too late for me. They won't let me. I said
Messed
too bad.
up. Fuck, that's ableist.
Yeah.
The American military is ableist.
No, I have like 20/80 vision. I have contacts in it right now.
Proper documentation. Now, the city confirmed it closed this location temporarily last Thursday. In-N-Out said
The city
that
confirmed that it closed a
signage
private
to
business
display
for not
local
acting
health
like the health,
requirements,
for not acting like the
it would not
FDA.
comply with what it called the requirement
Not
to
acting
act
like the
as
What
a
is that guy's
vaccination
accent? Just like fat?
What? Oh, Steven Crowder doing it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not acting like the FDA.
I guess it's just his throat. I didn't know that was Crowder. Is that Crowder's like funny voice?
Yeah.
He does that when it's.
I don't even know if he was doing a funny voice. I think he was just doing his regular voice. You were fat shaming Steven Crowder.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
it was a Charlie's Angels
Neither
show.
of them were in In-N-Out. It was another racist joke calling her Lucy Liu from Charlie's Angels.
Looks like I'm the racist one for thinking. I probably got them mixed up with Christina Applegate.
Yeah. The thing is, yeah, I actually, this is once again, like, you need an entire book to understand the kind of jokes that they're making.
Yeah.
It's like learning about the different kinds of like race mixing violations in the state of Virginia. You know what I'm talking about? When there's like words in there where you're like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like the first time, this is what my chat learns when they come here. Like words like what is it? Octoroon is a word.
Yeah, Virginians have a word for like, you know, if your like brother-in-law is black, what that makes you.
Yeah, it's like
fucked up.
It's like insane. Like they literally are nerds for racism. Like they've decided that, you know, we can't, just saying the N-word is not enough.
Yeah, Virginia, they've been through a lot to become what they are now, which is just like Connecticut. They just became Connecticut. They're like, all right, we're done with that. We're like a shitty state in a different way now.
There's a ban on relations with the Ammonite men in Virginia. No joke. What?
Police.
By the way, the reason I say this is because, you know,
He's pussying up. He realized, he was like, oh no, I made fun of Asians too much.
with the reporters, they're like, they're kind of Americanized Asian. So I think it's a good thing.
No, it's fantastic.
Culture. It's a good thing. It's fully.
He's so good at thinking on his feet.
Dude, wow.
He's probably the worst improviser of all time. Holy shit. He's got nothing going on.
Dude, that's so good. That's like, he tried to see a way out of this, but like instead went worse. Like he's just like, it's a good thing I'm being racist towards the Asian lady. You know, she's Americanized.
By the way, the reason I say that is because you're
like,
usually with a reporter.
Yeah, he has no ability to think on his feet. Because all his mental energy is spent, like, you've seen him doing stand-up, right?
No, I've never seen him.
When he does stand-up, he's always doing this weird shit where he's, like, grabbing his own tricep and, like, touching his ass the entire time. Like, he's always, like...
Wait, you've watched Steven Crowder do stand-up?
Yeah, of course I have.
You are a stan, dude.
Yeah, I'm rocking with him.
Yeah, you have like
I'm one of the only guys who's like, I think he's funny. I just don't like how he's racist. I like, don't agree with his politics, but I think he's funny.
Yeah, you can separate the art from the artist.
Yeah,
thank God.
The jokes are good though.
Yeah, they fucking hit, dude.
But yeah, when he's doing stand up, he's like touching his like bicep. He's like doing this, and it's like to me, what it feels like is that he's touching his body to make sure he's not fat. He's got some like body image shit.
Yeah, I mean,
dysphoria. So that's taking up all his mental space, everything. And when it comes time to think on his feet, he's like, "Oh, you're Americanized. What, man? You okay? What
is that even? I don't even understand what he was saying. I literally fucking am not having. I'm having a hard time comprehending what his like defense there is.
It's rough.
Reporters are like, they're kind of Americanized Asian. So I think it's a good thing.
No, it's fantastic.
Culture. It's a good thing. It's full Asian.
He's drowning, man.
I wish she would have.
Oh, he's saying that like a lot of the reporters that do local news are like Americanized Asian, which I think he just means like white, like they're like half Asian, half white or whatever.
Oh.
He's trying to say that a lot of local news reporters appeal to white, like Western beauty standards or something. I'm trying to woke it up.
All right. He's one thing's for sure. He's drowning. He's panicking. He's doggy paddling.
Look at his face.
Sinking.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is, man.
Yeah,
that just makes me feel bad to look at.
No, he's like, I just got off of a band. Like we're about to. She's what, pure blood Asian? Is that what?
That's a good thing.
I wish she would have kept her fan.
Yeah, you know.
What? What the fuck is
That's her last
Did this guy have like a brain injury? The guy who said the fan thing?
No, okay, so
That guy's like dying.
I have
He's
a
off the
suspicion.
fan.
I have a suspicion that like the more racist you are, like the racism power level is like your ranking on the Louder with Crowder. Like this guy, he's the second in command. He's the B team because he says things the others are too afraid to say.
But like, so,
Literally all of their fucking jokes are like 1960s. Like if you were a 65-year-old man in the 60s, that's the type of humor you would have.
but that's like it's like they would racist jokes in the 60s. Often there was a logical through line. He's just saying like, what would she have like? I know the Asian fan, but like, what would she use?
Like it's
for?
like,
What are
oh,
you talking
why
about?
isn't he wearing a geisha outfit? Like that sort
Right, well,
of
that
thing.
would that would make sense. But yeah, I want a better look at his body. I want to explore his body. I want to explore his body.
I have seen his stand-up. He used to have like a fucking stupid ass mohawk thing.
Yeah, you know. A little
Be
bit
a
of dancing.
geisha.
Well, look, it looks hot.
That's
It looks
her
like
last
it's
name,
hot.
Yeah, that's right.
What?
A little bit of yeah, you know. A little
Be
bit
a
of dancing.
geisha.
Well, look, it looks hot.
That's
It looks
her
like
last
it's
name.
hot.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, he has like.
But
evil
here's the
Doug
thing.
Benson
Long
on the
geisha.
show. You go back to to evil Doug Benson.
Oh, this guy? That's the
here's the
quarter
thing.
black
Long geisha.
Garrett or Jared.
Is it the Garrett, the guy with like swoopy hair?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I wish she would have kept her fan.
Yeah, you know.
Just kind of like
Be a
like
Dancing. Well, look,
Wait, did he actually say geisha? Oh, he was making a geisha
Oh.
joke. Oh my god, dude. Dude, that's right. I could be
Alright.
writing for the show just like
But, like-
Felix is. That's why he's here right now. He's literally writing for Louder with Crowder, but from Los Angeles.
it looks hot.
That's
It
her
looks
last
like
They
it's
do.
hot.
Oh yeah, that's evil Doug Benson.
Okay, so
That's him.
So that-
Nothing against Doug Benson.
that's the quarter black Jarrett or Garrett or whatever the fuck his name is.
Man, he looks like a guy they kill in Sons of Anarchy. I feel bad for him. That's like a bad look.
Oh no.
This entire Crowder's like show and his stand-up and everything, like it all makes me. It gives me a really specific, like uncomfortable feeling that I don't get with anything else. Like I watch Tucker sometimes just because it's like it's like interesting. He's like the biggest name in cable news. He's like legitimately a very important political media figure. And it's like you watch Tucker
and a truth teller who speaks for
and
the
I agree with
yeah.
all that he says.
Same.
But like he's like the thing with Tucker is like Tucker's like good at TV, however meaningless a designation that is.
Yeah.
And with Sean Hannity, it's like I get it. He seems like he's having fun. Even when they say like awful stuff, it's like there's like some level of disconnect because you're trying to objectively figure out the audience and everything. But with this, it seems like they killed all of their like every one of them. They took a member of their family and killed them in front of them, and we're like, okay, you guys have to like do a podcast, or we're gonna kill the rest.
They look so sad all the time.
Sad.
They look like there's a gun pointed at them to like keep making these jokes.
It's awful, man. It's all like they're. If these were dogs, like if you're the equivalent to these guys in dogs, you would just put them down. You would just take them to the vet. You'd be like, my dog has like incurable depression. He has like dog depression that never happens.
I just want to understand what the audience is for this. Like, what is the market for this? Like, people who, because like maybe like how do you laugh at this stuff? I and I'm not saying that as like, oh my god, it's so mean and like so racist. Like, how do you laugh at racism? Like, no, I mean like there's a market for Cumtown.
Yeah.
Right? But like what is the market for this? Because like you have to be really fucking old to be like, these are just like the jokes we used to crack back in the day at the, at the factory. I don't know.
I think it really is just like old guys who are on the computer. Maybe, 14-year-olds too, probably. But like those are the two pillars of that audience.
14 or 7-year-olds? Really?
Yeah.
Polish people unironically love this?
I could have guessed that one.
Oh,
all right, I'm not gonna go crazy with what you've just given me.
Okay.
But
he is Chicago's very own. Okay.
I'll be thinking about that a lot.
Under my theory, you are technically Polish.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because you are from Chicago.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
And did you?
I know. I mean, hearing your audience laugh, you know, and it's. I'm not even sure that this is where I should be addressing the situation. I've already heard you make some jokes about it, and that's okay, you know. But I'm really busted up over this, and I'm
really
very,
busted
very sorry.
up. Motherfuckers, like, I'm the real victim here, okay? I did a racism. I'm the victim. Stop laughing.
That's the thing I always appreciated about this is that in addition to what he did, he was born in like 1935, so he's like, oh, I really feel like a fool. After saying the most racist shit of all time, just being, oh, I really stepped in it. I feel like a nincompoop.
Yeah, the other N-word.
Dude, if he said that.
To those
see, that would have been,
people in the audience, the blacks, the Hispanics, the whites, everyone that was there that took the brunt of that anger and hate and rage and how it came through. And I'm concerned about more hate and more rage and more anger coming through. Not just towards me, but towards a black-white conflict. There's a great deal of disturbance in this country and how blacks feel about what happened in Katrina. And you know, many of the comics, many performers.
He brought it back to Katrina. Oh my God. How blacks feel about Katrina? What?
He's going in.
Katrina. And you know, many of the comics feel about what disturbance in this country and how blacks feel about what happened in Katrina. And you know, many of the comics, many performers are in Las Vegas and New Orleans trying to raise money for what happened there. And for this to happen, for me to be in a comedy club and flip out and say this crap, you know, I'm deeply, deeply sorry. And I'll get to the force field of this hostility, why it's there, why the rage is in any of us, why the trash takes place.
Like, come on, we're all a little racist. Like, who amongst us hasn't said the N-word like a million times? Come on.
This is where Robin DiAngelo got the idea for white fragility. Because she was like, oh, I guess that is in all of us.
Yeah.
we're all ready to do that.
Whether or not it's between me and a couple of hecklers in the audience, or between this country and another nation. The
Michael,
rage.
let me interrupt here for a second and ask a question about had the people doing the heckling or the people who were not paying attention, had they been white or Caucasian or any other race, what would have been the nature of your response then?
It may have happened. You know, I'm a performer. I push the envelope. I work in a very uncontrolled manner on stage. I do a lot of free association.
He pushed it so far, he pushed it back.
They should have just... Letterman should have kept going with that line of question, being like,
would you call them the N-word?
Yeah. What if they were Asian? What would you say to them?
Yeah, just like, can you tell me some of these slurs?
Yeah. Well, what would your response be to like a rude rabbi?
Yeah. What if they were Polish?
What if a bunch of Hasids came in there and started doing their thing?
Yeah.
How would you respond?
Spontaneous. I go into character. I don't know. In view of the situation and the act going where it was going, I don't know. The rage did go all over the place. It went to everybody in the room. But you can't. You know, I know blacks could feel I'm not a racist. That's what's so insane about this. I don't. And yet. It's sad.
Bro, there's no like, what do you do in that situation?
You just
don't address it. You just like take your money and you run, right? You can't.
You're ghost.
I feel like in order to like rehabilitate his image behind the scenes, he has to like work with like black teens or something. I don't know. Without
more than that, he would have to be like. He would have to like disappear for 2 years. You don't hear about him. You think he like killed himself or like went to another country. You don't even think about him. You forget he exists. Then 3 years later, it's like, oh, well, I like the gang war in Chicago stopped. Like we resolved it. We've like replaced all the industry we lost. We completely fixed this problem, and he did it.
Yeah,
like,
single-handedly.
Like an impossible task for like an individual to do. It would have to be something like that.
It comes through. It fires out of me, and even now in the passion and the.
I'm about to say it again. I'm so passionate. Every time I get passionate, I want to say it.
That's here as I confront myself.
Did you think that somehow by being outrageous and completely inappropriate that it might somehow make the situation diffuse it a bit or make it seem lighter than it was?
I tried to do that. You don't have the whole thing there with what they're showing.
I always, it's out of context. You know what diffuses most situations? Saying the N-word.
Well, that's
over and over again.
That's what like that he's saying. Like, I think Letterman. They're talking about the fork thing when he said fork up the ass. I think to Letterman thinks that was a joke he told to like bring the temperature down in the room after he went off. But
yeah.
I don't know what that is. I think he's just like. He freaked out. He's the type of guy to freak out, and he needs more Xanax now, I think.
I mean, yeah.
Showing.
I also do love that like David Letterman is trying to do the rehabilitation here, where it's like, come on, why were you doing it? But he's doing it in like the most like old white dude way possible, where he's like, would you have done it if it was a white person? I mean, you were just telling jokes. You got out of control, right? Like
that's
everyone.
A great question.
I tried to jujitsu that. Try to move. You do that. I got a microphone and I'm trying, but it didn't work out. It was you talk about a bad night, Yeah. That's, it's just what everyone says.
What happened afterward? Did you talk to the people and apologize to them?
I went out there. I went out there and I did talk to some people. I even went back to the club that night to get back on the stage and to work, to get back on the horse, as they say. And I did. I apologized to quite a few people, but I didn't talk to all of everyone. They left, and I don't know how to get in touch with those people.
That's what he was
of course, they've gone to press, as I think they should. The fact that there's that kind of solidarity and confronting those kinds of remarks. I think it's important for the Afro-American community to make sure this kind of crap
he thought about this before, where he's like,
doesn't come about.
I think the worst thing you can call black people. What's the best thing I can call them? He keeps saying it. He's like, oh, that's the opposite of saying.
Yeah, Afro-American. Yes, it's right. Yeah.
It's like saying Hail Marys. You say it enough times, it heals.
Like you think that he had a PR team like tell him what to say? Like, I don't understand. Like, why does he keep saying Afro-American?
I think he did have a PR team, but I do think if you are the PR team for this, like, there's just no getting out of this, or at least not to your own abilities. And it's just like, okay, here's $50,000 I can get.
Yeah.
Sorry that it happened.
And having apologized, is there much more you can do? Much more you would like to do?
I just have to do personal work.
Far the fuck out.
I'm still reeling from this. It's just been a few days. I don't know yet.
Jerry, is there anything you want to say to Michael here?
I know Michael many years, and I know how he works on stage, and none of that justifies what happened. But I've been talking to him today, and he's someone that I love, and I know.
Remember, like, he's not a dirty comic.
No.
Constantly complains about fucking, people being too sensitive, but also running PR for the homie here. But like, it's expected.
I don't know how shattered he.
This could be my Kramer moment.
Peacock TV retcon Kramer out of all the episodes. You just see the doors open by themselves quickly. Yeah.
I kind of like. I'm not gonna say I like support what Seinfeld is doing here, but there is a part of me that's kind of like, well, I mean, he's like standing with his friend. I guess that was easier to do in 2005. No one was gonna yell at him as much.
Yeah.
For that, but like it is kind of like I don't know. People throw people under the bus so hard, and there is. I guess it doesn't affect him if he does it one way or the other. He's like practically a fucking billionaire.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows? Maybe to me, I'm not gonna say it shows character. It shows something. It shows something in Seinfeld's heart.
Yeah, I think he also probably is like financially linked to Kramer a little bit too.
Yeah,
from the show, and also apparently he was on the B movie as well, like a year later. So,
well, I think like especially in 2005, they weren't gonna like stop airing Seinfeld.
Yeah,
like come on, that is not happening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was 38 when his girlfriend was 17.
Yeah, the past was very different.
Yeah.
But 2005, they're not taking that on syndication.
No.
And he deserves a chance. That's why I wanted him to come on. He deserves a chance to apologize. Yeah. And that's all he wanted. And thank you for letting him.
Oh, my pleasure.
But he got applause for that.
Yeah. Respect.
Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate it. I know it's difficult. And I certainly hope you don't have regrets about being on this show this evening. Thank you.
That he just says that fucking bullshit, and they're like, "Yeah, he's right."
Yeah, he's spoken. Seinfeld loves forbidden romance beyond his girlfriend. He made a movie where a bee has a pseudosexual relationship with a human woman.
I never saw that.
I've never seen it either. Is that real? Is that for real?